what's up you guys, the Curious Owl here, and today I am going to be sharing with you guys my goals for 2023. So yes, the new year is almost upon us. It has been a really crazy year for me in particular. I don't know about you guys, but this year has been a whirlwind of changes and just all kinds of different things that I did not expect to happen. I've had some great moments. I've had some really low points. I feel like every year, people say that, but I really feel like this year was a huge year of growth for me because I really had to learn to get help when I need it. That's kind of the theme I think I've had for this year, is to have help and get the help that I need when I need it, because I've always been very stubborn with that, and it's always been something that I struggled with. And so I feel like that by the end of this year, I feel much different in terms of as a person. I feel very different in terms of what I think I'm capable of. And I think that I also feel just so much better about where my life is going right now, because there's been a lot of really good changes, a lot of really big things that have happened. Namely, one thing that happened at the very beginning of this year is we got Oscar. And Oscar this past year has been, such a real big light in our lives. He obviously, like any other dog or like a child, he has his moments where he's, a turd and he's not listening. But more often than not, my husband and I both have just fawned over how amazing it is that we have this dog together. And it's really helped us to understand, what we are capable of as not just dog parents, but possible future parents of a child. And I think that this has been an interesting experiment of learning how to handle my own dog. The dog I had in the past, I had my parents to help me with taking care of it. Whereas with Oscar, he's the first dog that I've actually actively had to take care of by myself, or at least, with my husband. But it was really, really awesome to have him for the first 11 months of the year where, I was home, working from home all the time. I had somebody with me. And then in November, I started my new job, and I've, been there for almost 2 months. And that's had a lot of challenges I've actually had to come across that I never thought I would before. But I definitely feel like, especially after this last week that just happened with work, that things are going to start looking up in terms of the challenges that have been brought to my attention are things I needed to work on in the past, but never had the ability to, because I never really had the opportunity to work on those challenges. And now I have that ability and that opportunity, and I'm very excited to see myself progress from where I am today. So I don't know, I feel like 2023, it's a lot of things that are going to be really good. I know there's going to be some challenges here and there too, but I'm very confident that at least next year will be a year where I feel more comfortable with myself and more comfortable with, accepting the challenges that come my way, I guess. So with that being said, let's go into some of the goals I have in terms of my reading, YouTube, all that stuff. So I had really high hopes going into last year with doing a lot of live streams, and I struggled with that, I think, about halfway through the year, because there was a lot of things that changed halfway through the year in my personal life that really made it difficult for me to do live streams on a regular basis. And then with my new job, I don't really have the ability to do the live streams as much as I want, because my weeks are different than most other people's. My new job, my weeks are Tuesday through Saturday, and Saturday would have been a day where I would have done a live stream, but I can't do that really anymore. And I think it mostly has to do with the fact that I'm just exhausted, by the end of the week, and I don't have the energy to put myself on camera and all that stuff, which is fine. But I do want to try, at the very least, to do one live stream a month where, especially with the fact that I am hosting a new read-along starting in January, that I do that live show. So hopefully having at least the one will make me feel comfortable to where if I feel like I want to do more over the course of any given month, I have that ability. But at the very least, I can rely on my one live show every month that I'm going to do for my N.K. Jemisin read-along. If you haven't watched the announcement video for that, I will leave it in the description, because I'm very excited for that project. I think it's going to be really fun, and I would love to have more people join in on it when it is up and running. So in terms of my reading goals, I typically keep it the same every year, which is 52 books, because I think of it like a book a week, and especially now with my current job where I don't have as much time to read anymore as I used to, I am finding that that's probably going to be a challenge for me this year. I feel like I've really been struggling with finding the time to read and finding the energy to want to read. So that will definitely be more of a challenge this year for me to hit that 52. Because as it is now, I have gone through like 100 and some, like I'm over 100 books I know at this point this year. But it's something where that could very easily be halved by the fact that I don't have as much time to read and I don't have the ability to sit and listen to audiobooks all day with like I did with my previous job. The next goal I have is really a YouTube goal, and that's to hit 700 subscribers, where every year I've been on YouTube, I have gained 100 subscribers in that year. I'm currently sitting at 620 as of filming this video, and I think it's possible and it usually happens around the middle of the year that I hit those 100 subscriber milestones, which I don't know why that is, but it always seems to be that every single year I earn 100 subscribers just over the course of that entire year, which is awesome. I would like for that to continue, but if it doesn't, like, that's fine, because things trend differently in different times of the year than others, and trends come up and they go away, and like, I don't really know how it's possible that I have 620 subscribers to begin with, but I'm very appreciative of it, and I would like to see that grow if at all possible. The next is more of like a financial based goal, which I talk about in my unhaul video that I did here recently. And basically the idea is that I would like to try to unhaul every quarter of the year, where like every quarter, every 3 months or so, I will go through and unhaul some books either on my physical TBR or my Kindle library, and make it more of a point to really just call my library to the things that I really enjoy and I think are like the best of the best. And with that, then also having a book buying ban where I am only allowed to buy anything if I am given like gift money for it. Like if I'm given a gift card for Kindle, if I'm given a gift card for Barnes & Noble or any other bookstore, that kind of thing. Like that's the only time I'm able to buy any kind of book. I am not allowed to do anything else than that. And anything I read has to either be from my physical library, my Kindle library, the local library that I go to, Scribd, Libby, anything that I actively already use. I cannot buy any more credits through Audible. I cannot have a subscription to Audible after my 4th credit that I had for a deal that was for Black Friday is expired. So once that 4th credit comes in, that is the last one I'm able to get, because that's kind of a free book for $5, which is odd. But that is kind of the thing that I wanted to start off with, is really trying to be more mindful of the spending I do. And I think this year it really kind of showcased to me that I spent a lot on buying books, and a lot of them were also ones I ended up then unhauling. And so it's one thing that I want to really try to nip in the butt, because I've struggled with it a lot in the past, and I think this past year really showcased to me that it is a bit of a problem, and so I need to be reining it in a little bit. But I have a plan for that, which you can go hear about in that unhaul video. So if you would be interested in joining me in that, please go check that video out and let me know if you would like to be a part of that journey with me. And I think that's really all of the main goals I had for this year. I feel like those are usually pretty set goals for most people in terms of, especially on BookTube, but I feel like that those are really the only things I want to discuss in terms of goals. I mean, obviously I want to continue to get better about my mental health and, you know, continue to do the best I can in terms of doing stuff on YouTube and in my life, but these are more specific goals that I think I would wanted to address, because I think that they are things that are important to me. Let me know what your guys' goals for the next year are, if you have any. If you don't have any, that's totally fine. You don't have to set goals, but I like to, just so that I can kind of have like benchmarks to work from to see any progress I've made in my personal life and in my YouTube life and, you know, other stuff like that. So if you have any that you're willing to share, please feel free to down in the comments below. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me in this video. If you guys did enjoy it, please do give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already and you'd like to be and would like to see more content like this, go ahead and hit that button down below and subscribe to become an owlet in our flock. And I will see all of you guys in my next video. Bye guys.